Hey everybody, welcome back to TJ's Modeling Bench. In last week's episode, I told you at the very end that there was a bit of an Easter egg in the image. And if you noticed, it was this. The Revell 1971 Boss 351 Mustang. Yeah, I'm not a huge Mustang lover. I do like the older ones a little more than the newer ones, actually. And this one is one of them that I do really like, especially 1971, because that's the year I was born. Anyway, the Acme Southern Nationals at the end of October, one of their themes this year is the Mustang, since it's the 60th anniversary of Mustang, as well as pickup trucks, I believe, is the other one. So I bought this specifically for having it built for that show this year. It'll be my first time going there. So in doing some of my research to decide on, what color did I really want to go with, and I'm scanning the internet looking at different images, and I came across an article on a barn find, Boss 351, and it had several photographs, images that I was able to download and save. But I've decided that I'm actually going to do a diorama, and this will be a first for me as well. So the car in the image is, it's been sitting in this pole barn for umpteen years. It's dirty, it's dusty, it's got covers over portions of it. The hood itself actually is not even on the car or even in the image. I don't know where it's at. But yeah, I got kind of excited when I saw these images. So that's the direction I'm going to go with this. And I have already gotten a bit of a start on it. I've started the engine, which is the stock kit engine. And I will admit my blue is too dark for Ford engine blue. But I will remedy that. I'm going to use some white oil paint, and it'll get toned down some with that. It's also going to end up getting very dusty and dirty with some weathering powders. And then the other thing that I need to make for it is the trailer that it's sitting on. It's sitting on a dual axle car trailer. And you know what? I'm scratch building. I might as well scratch build that as well. So here's where I'm at with the trailer so far. I'm at a bit of a pause at the moment because I need to come up with the leaf springs for the axles. There's basically 2 leaf springs on each side, a front and a rear, so 4 total. And I had bought an extra 41 Plymouth Coupe, the Coca-Cola kit, because I knew there were some leaf springs in there that I might be able to use, but after looking at them, they were a little soft on detail, and I didn't really think they would work the way I needed them to anyway. So I even reached out to some of the 3D printers to see if they had anything that I might be able to use. I wasn't able to find anything, so I'm going to end up scratch building my own leaf springs as well. So that's more to do. And then the base for this diorama, I need to build at least 2 sides of this pole barn. I'll do one end and then a back wall and then a portion of the roof that comes over it. So it's going to look a lot like the images that I have. It won't replicate them exactly, but it's going to be really, really close. And I've even got my paint color picked out. It's another MCW. It's a lacquer, but it is the gloss yellow. All right, this isn't fully shaken up, but you get the idea. And it is exactly the color of the car in my images. So we've got that going for us. And I tell you what, right now it's the first week in August, and it is miserable hot here on the Gulf Coast, Florida, Mississippi, Alabama, where I'm at. We had triple-digit ambient temperatures all week. with the humidity, it feels even hotter than that. My workshop, I don't know if you can kind of see in the corner right here. So my workshop is upstairs in my house, and the way my house is built, the roof cuts through this portion of the room. In fact, the other bedroom upstairs, which is bigger, has the same cutout of the ceiling there for the roof. So the roof is very close on this one side, and the heat comes pouring through. I'll take heat over cold any day. That's why I live down here, so I am not complaining. I'm just saying it's miserable hot this week, and I'm glad I'm not doing any painting right now, because I don't think my air conditioner can keep up with it. Downstairs is literally 10 degrees cooler than it is upstairs in my house. I'm sweating just sitting here. So, and the reason I'm working on this project now, if you've been following me for any time, you see that it takes me about a month to do a model. So I figure with this being the car and the trailer and the diorama base itself, I'm gonna need as much time as I can get, and I'm realistically looking at about 10 weeks before I gotta have this ready for the Acme show. So that's less than 3 months, but we'll get it done. It's gonna turn out really, really good. Hang on, I'll show you some of the stuff that I've recently ordered from MCV Products. I'm still waiting on an order from Iceman Collections for some more detailed parts. But hang on, let me move the camera around, and I'll show you what we got. Before I get to what I received from MCV Products, I want to give a shout out to Mark Batson at the Hobby Dude 007 channel. I've been subscribed to him for a while now, and he's done me a favor and given me a shout out on his channel. I recently asked him if he could send me a shop card, and he did, and I want to share those. Actually, he gave me 2 shop cards and a sticker. So this first one, I love this. That is so awesome. If you don't know Mark's channel, if you're not familiar with it, he has a long background in racing, and especially NASCAR. That's just awesome. The scratch build work of that is just incredible. I love that. So yeah, if you're into NASCAR kind of stuff, anything racing related, check out Mark's channel, Hobby Dude 007. Really awesome stuff. So that's one of the cards. And then here's another one that he gave me, which is also just outstanding. Just beautiful stuff. And it's kind of his trademark a lot of the times. He will build an engine and have it sitting outside the vehicle. He may have one in the vehicle and then another one on the outside just to highlight the detail that's being done to that. But he does some great work. And his knowledge, his background in the racing and cars, and just phenomenal stuff. So check him out. And also a sticker. He gave me a sticker. So I'm not sure. I guess some of the guys stick them to their cutting mats. I might do that. Haven't decided yet. I gotta figure that out. All right. So MCV Products. Okay. Let me zoom back out here. All right. And Matthew at MCV Products, or model car videos on YouTube, he also sent me a sticker, so I got to figure out what I'm going to do with those. But I ordered several items from him. This is a, let me see, I gotta look at my my order form to see what it is exactly. Okay, it's a Ford flathead with the Stromberg 97 carb and manual transmission. And the reason I got this is I want to add that to the diorama. It's going to be just there in the barn shop, maybe partially assembled. I haven't decided about that yet. So it's just a little additional detail to the scene. All right, so that's what that's for. Some black ignition wire. All right, let me zoom back in here for the rest of this. Okay. And they were so kind, gave me a couple of freebies. These are, this is 90-degree boot plugs for your spark plugs, 90-degree boots. And this one is, looks like 45-degree boots. And then I also have, these are straight boots for your plugs. And more 90-degree. I think I ordered 90-degree and the straight, and I think he sent me the 90-degree and the 45. These are, what are these? Oh yeah, MSD ignition boxes. I'm not positive if I'll use that or not, but I thought I was going to just have it anyway, just in case. Some little bitty magnets. I've got ideas for using these. That last Camaro I built, there's no hinge for that hood, and it can easily come off. So, there's ways of embedding these magnets into your model and then using them to hold things shut. So, like if you did doors, opening doors, or a hood or a trunk, you can use the magnets to help hold all that together after you've made that modification. So that's what those are for. These, holy moly, these are tiny. Those are tire valve stems, little bitty things, right? But cool. And then some blue spark plug wire, which I'll be using, I think. Well, maybe not, because I also ordered this pre-wired distributor. And the reason I did that, let me pull this engine back out. All right, so the distributor cap on this, those little nubs, those are really small. It would be very hard to start any kind of a drill bit in there without screwing it up. So what I might end up doing is cutting this back off, keeping the vacuum line on it, and then maybe attaching that to this, and then using this as a replacement for it. So that's still a little bit up in the air, but that's what we got from MCB Products. And let me get all this stuff put back in here so I don't misplace anything. And what else was I gonna... Oh, let's get back to this engine for a moment. So the exhaust manifolds, they're pretty simplistic, but what's missing on this is the spark plugs, right? So where do they go? And I've looked at reference photos, and from what I can gather, all right, this is going to sit here, I hope. From what I can gather, this webbing between the stacks of the exhaust manifold, all right, you see a little black dot on those. That webbing shouldn't really be there. And where the black dots are, that's where my spark plugs should be in the engine. So there's a black dot over here, there, and there. So I'm thinking I might need to, file that away, cut it away somehow, probably with a file, rat tail file. And then I can drill my holes for my spark plugs. And it's the same on the other side. So the way the way these exhaust manifolds fit on here, they just don't really give you the option for adding your spark plugs. So I have to do a little bit of modification. Well, this one won't sit on there as well, but same difference. You can see the black dots and that webbing in there. That needs to come out in order for my spark plugs to go in. So that'll be a little bit of a modification I'll need to make there. And the only reason I'm even worried about any of that is because in the diorama, the hood is going to be open. In fact, my reference photos, the hood is completely off the vehicle. I don't even know where the hood might be. So, I don't know, mine might not have a hood on it when I'm done. We'll see. And then I want to show you one more thing. All right, so in here, this is the Pentel water pen. All right, back up. There we go. The Pentel water pen. And I've seen a couple of other modelers use these with their decals. So let me open this up. I haven't even opened it yet, obviously. And what it is, all right, so it's like a little plastic bristle brush, and the reservoir, what it's normally used for is like watercolor painting, but what I've seen other modelers do with it is they'll use their Tamiya Mark Fit Strong in this, and then they'll use this to apply it on their decals. And the advantage is you've got this fine point brush that you can get into some smaller areas, and you can apply just minimal amounts of this Mark Fit if you need to. So that's going to get some use on my bench here in the very near future. Now, I normally use the Microset Microsol. One modeler that I watched talked about using this, and he attempted to use some other product in it, and it didn't work as well. So he suggested sticking with the Tamiya Mark Fit Strong. That worked very well for him. So that's what that's going to be for. Well, hey, I got my Iceman Collections package today. So let's take a look inside. It's just a few items, and these are more for just adding some details to the scene. Here's a sticker for Iceman Collections. That'll go with the other stickers. All right, so the first item is the welder parts pack. It's got the oxyacetylene canisters. There's a welding hood. There's some kind of a liquid can. Here's the welding unit. And then some decals for those. So you've got Lincoln Electric. I don't know, I can't read that up close. Gasoline. A couple other warning labels. Looks like this might be a different manufacturer, Miller, maybe. All right, so there's that. And then these two larger pieces, this is an old style engine hoist. So that'll go in there. And then the last little thing I thought was it would be fitting, is a little boom box. So that'll end up in the scene as well. So that's all it was from Iceman. But those little things, when you're doing a diorama, it's got to have a certain amount of clutter to it to make it really, really work. So that's what those are for. That's going to do it for this week's update. Next week we'll have quite a bit more to show, hopefully. That's the plan always. I'm currently doing some of the things that I talked about doing with the engine, getting this distributor ready to go in. And yeah, anyway, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoy what you're watching. If you do, give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment, chat with me. Until next week, people, peace and love. Take care of yourselves.